Hey, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to hop in and just talk about Kevin Samuels for a second. And for those of you who don't know who Kevin Samuels is or was, he was, because he's died, he's passed away. And but what he was, I want to talk about what he was and what some of his ideologies were. And so Kevin Samuels, he passed away yesterday. And who he was a YouTube influencer. And he got his fame or his rise on YouTube to 1.5 million subscribers. And he did that by mostly bashing black women, basically. And he started out on YouTube some many years ago, and really he was insignificant long time ago. I guess he had a slow start, and he started out talking about fashion and talking about men and how to help men to come up and be more responsible. And but here, as of late, in the last I want to say year and a half, 2 years, he's really shot to the top by just bashing black women. um, Yeah, I mean, he has this platform where he promotes high value men, or he uses the term high value men. And his definition for high value men is men over a certain income level, certain status, uh, I guess high class, high income. And he's uh, kind of sort of bashed black women for wanting to come up as well. But he always, his ideology is that if you're not a size 6 or 5, if you're not if you're not 120 or 30 pounds, and if you think that you have if you think that you're independent, or if you are independent, um, and if you think not having a man is okay, um, then you're not a high value woman or a quality woman. Um, and I've watched a couple of his YouTube streams, and women would call in and ask him questions. And right off the top, he wants to ask them what their dress size is, what does that do they have any kids, how old they are, um, and if any of those answers are not what he would deem necessary to get a high value man, then he would basically bash them, saying that you've hit the wall, especially if they're at a certain age where, you know, they're still able to have children, but yet they're too old to catch, a good catch, as he would say, a high value man. And I just want to say this, a lot of us women and a lot of men, we've all had trauma in our life. We've all had um some traumatized events that would happen in our life that makes us who we are today. Even as children, we were traumatized. And I'm sure Kevin Samuels was traumatized too. And I think, that may have, helped him in um, the helped him to become the man who he is today. Someone who is vain, materialistic, um, a woman basher. Um, he thinks he's better than everybody else. Um, he thinks a quality man has to earn a certain income, and but those who don't are not quality men. So if you work for the post office, or if you're, a, if you're a warehouse person, or if you're a delivery person, that you're not a quality man. You know, his focus is on the high income, high value, uh, upper class man. And, with him giving this type of ideology, has separated a lot of black families, I think. He has sowed division in the black family because he's put black men on, he's hypnotized men into thinking that you have to be this certain way in order to be quality. And he's also hypnotized women into thinking that you have to be, you know, young, fit, cooperative, as his terms are. Fit, what is it? Fit, friendly, and cooperative. And and that's just not the diaspora of the black community. You have to, because we've come up from having hard times. We've had to scratch and scrape, and a lot of our men have left us when they've impregnated us and left us with children, to care for on our own. That's no fault of ours. You know, some of it may be, but it takes, what I'm saying is, it takes two to make a family. It takes two to create a situation where there's unity and within the family. And Kevin Samuels is one who basically has sown division within the family. You put black women in categories. You put black women, if they're over 45, or if they're even 35 and older, you said that they've hit the wall, like, they're no longer quality women or worth having, by any high value man, and so a lot of women has fed into this narrative of his, and they would call into his show while he would have these live streams, and they just want to know, okay, so, since you're saying that I'm not a quality woman, what do I have to do, to become that quality woman? Well, so then he would ask, what's your dress size? Well, how much do you weigh? How many children do you have? Are you married? How many times did you go? How many times have you been divorced? Did you go to school? What did you major in? All of these things, all of these material vanity things are things that he deems important to be a quality woman. Not about if, you know, um, are you there for your man? Are you supportive of your man? Are you willing to um, go the distance? Are you willing to put up with some some hard work, or some, are you willing to get out there and work and create your own, you know, dollar? Are you independent? I think these things are quality. But from his view, he thinks that, first of all, you should be looking for a husband at the age of 20. When most of us women are not um, even ready. We don't even know what we want at age 20, but yet he thinks that you should be looking for a husband at 20 years old, that going to school is not as important as finding a husband, you know, one that's going to take care of you, and you take care of him and his needs, and you working is not as important as as um, getting an education or being independent. So his view is very abstract, and I don't like when he would bash women and say, "Oh, it's too late for you. Oh, you've hit the wall. Oh, prepare to die alone," as he would say. Get a kitten or a cat or a dog and die alone. You know, think and this and I think that this has hurt a lot of women and have made them even more insecure about themselves. Because my belief is, and as you guys have watched my channel in the past, I've come up from the trauma. I've had a traumatized childhood, and our past is what makes us who we are today. And so we all are deserving of love, no matter what a man makes, no matter how up the high value, chain he is. I mean, we all are worthy of love. We all have demons. We all have personalities that conflict, but the deal is that our goal is to recognize that you have flaws, and Kevin Samuels had flaws, apparently. But we should try and strive to stay together as a black family. I think that is the goal. I mean, of course, each individual has trauma. Each individual has their own way of dealing with their trauma, emotional, personality wise. However, you come to the table, we all are worthy of love. We deserve love. And I understand that there are situations that just may not be optimal. If you think that you can improve yourself, well, don't go to somebody that's gonna bash you, or say you're all washed up, or I mean, my thing is with Kevin Samuels is that he rates women as a 6 or a 5 or an 8, or you say why do that? Why do that? I don't understand. And I think this video, and I may have to shoot this video again, because as I'm speaking, and he died yesterday, and I just wanted to get on here, and yesterday was the 5th of May, and today is the 6th, and so I just wanted to get on here real quick. But I may need to rethink, and because I've watched a few of his streams, and the way he rates women, he calls Beyonce an 8 or Kelly Rowland a 9. Why do men do that? I don't understand that. You know, and I really do believe that, I don't know. Does Kevin Samuel hate women? Period. I mean, I'm sure he has a daughter and he has a mother, but does he hate women? I don't get his thought process or his ideology, but I just want to tell black women to become dehypnotize yourself from his point of view or his perspective. Dehypnotize yourself. Now, I mean, I was nervous, and I've seen a few of his videos, and I was afraid, and I just started this channel back in January, and I started this channel talking about my trauma, and and then I started watching him. I just ran up on him one day on YouTube, and I felt so sorry for the women that would call in and ask questions, trying to get an honest opinion, but he would bash them in such a way to where they never walked away or came away with an answer. There was no real help involved. And so I just want to say to black women to dehypnotize yourself, and black men. You looked at Kevin Samuels as a person to look up to because, he came on with a suit. He came on promoting a certain fragrance, or, promoting certain brands, and he's, I mean, he was vain. I mean, and that's not a place where the majority of black men are. You can't be this high value, high income. That is not the majority of black men. So why would you promote that and expect men to come up to a point of high value, high income? Because the most of us are not going to be that way. The most of us are going to be average, middle income, hardworking black men. But there's good men, there's good quality women. So don't separate from your black brother, your black man, your black women. Listen to me. Don't dehypnotize yourself from what Kevin Samuels has promoted, because he has made his rise to 1.5 million subscribers on promoting this so-called lifestyle, because that's what he's basically promoting, is a lifestyle. Look at his videos. Go back and look at Kevin Samuels. All of his videos are women bashing. I mean, really, seriously. And I don't like it. And I, and when he says that, women are gonna die alone, well, I don't want to celebrate someone's death, but did he die alone? Did he die alone? He wasn't married. He's separated or divorced. Apparently he lived by himself. He had the look. He had the money. He was a millionaire. He had, he was able to travel and promote this ideology about, unqualified women, as his perspective was, but did he die alone? because he was telling women that they were going to die alone. To get a pet, to get a dog, and die alone. He was telling single mothers that they should have married the father of their child, even though that man may have been abusive, even though, they didn't work out. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about. I just wanted to get on here and just talk about Kevin Samuels and that. I just want to say that be careful what you say to people, because when he said time and time again that you will die alone, to get a dog and die alone because you're unqualified, that you'll never get the man that you want, that you'll never find love, and he even discounted love. He said that love wasn't as important as finding somebody that would take care of you, or you could contribute monetarily to a relationship. So yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have to redo this video again, and when I come back on again to talk about Kevin Samuels, I'll have more of a more focused dialogue. But I just want to tell black women and black men to dehypnotize yourself from the idolization of this man, from idolizing this man that passed away, because what he was speaking just wasn't, it wasn't factual. It wasn't true. Actually, it was very divisive, and he has participated in the division of the black woman and the black man. He separated us. Black men has come away with this idea that, you have to be this certain way. You have to be looking like this. And that's just not the case. That's not the case. Sarita Yvonne, if you're listening, and I want you to chime in on your opinion of Kevin Samuels, because I need some help here from the women in this who followed Kevin Samuels, because I don't know if I'm coming across I don't know if I'm coming across intelligently enough to say what it is that I want to say about this man. And I know there's a lot that I want to say about this man, but right now I can't speak on it right now, probably because I'm coming from a place of somewhat fearful of, well, no, because when he was alive, I was fearful to come on and speak, and a lot of women was. He was an intimidating figure, and a lot of women did not want to stand up to him and speak their truth. But I want black women to now come out and speak their truth now that he's dead. He's dead, and I know that there's some red pill, men out there that want, because since he's died yesterday, there's been a lot of black men that's come on their YouTube channel and expressed themselves about positive or negative about his death or his living. But now that he's dead, and for those women who felt intimidated and felt like they couldn't come out and speak their truth. I want them to come out now and speak their truth. Phil, I want you to dehypnotize yourself, because Kevin Samuels was a very isolating, divisive individual, and he died alone. I just wanted to say that he died alone, not with a wife, not happy, because every night he would come on and bash the black woman, and I think that gave him some satisfaction because that's what he knew to do, was to, he couldn't help the black woman. Why is it that we would depend on a man that was supposedly high value to depend on him to tell us how to be in order to attract a quality black man? Not necessarily a high value black man, not as far as income. Now, he defined it as income, high value. He put the definition to high value, he related it to the income. But my high value has nothing to do with income. It has to do with the quality of the man. Is he there to support his woman? Is he there to provide friendship, a loving relationship, cooperation, communication, that sort of thing? That's what he should have been preaching to the black man. That's what he should have been preaching to the black man and the black woman. But, we need a woman to preach to us. Because I know that some of us do have some trauma issues, and some of us just react. And but in order to find a good man, we need to, as women, I think, is to de-escalate our emotions when we feel them coming up, and to settle down into ourselves and have a conversation with our mate. Work it out by communicating with our mate. Don't take certain things that are said in a relationship personal. Instead, if you do take it personal, de-escalate yourself and your emotions and talk to your mate about how you felt about what was said or what was done to you, or whether, and even if it was positive, celebrate that. Tell your mate, I appreciate what you did for me, or I appreciate how you worked that situation out. Show your gratitude. These are the things that make a positive and a healthy relationship. And so with that, I'm not gonna go on this. I know I've kind of rambled, but Kevin Samuels died alone, and he said himself, that, well, no, I don't want to go there. Oh gosh, but yeah. So, but anyway, I will do another video on Kevin Samuels, and hopefully this one will be more focused, and hopefully I can relate to black women, especially those of us who have had trauma in our life. We've had difficult relationships. We've been hurt. We've been betrayed. hopefully I can come back and maybe give some insight. And I may have to use my own experience, you know, because go back and look at some of my videos that, where I show or state my traumas and what I'm doing, because I'm seeing a therapist, you know. Um, but you may need to see a therapist to help you through your trauma. And that's all I'm saying. And to help you get into a healthy relationship with a guy or a man who has worked on his issues as well. And that may be part of the vetting process as well. When you start to date a man, find out about him. Find out, about his past. Find out about his childhood. Find out if there's been trauma in his life and how he has worked through those traumas and what therapy or what help he has had to overcome those issues. Therefore, to not bring that baggage into any relationship that you both wish to be successful. Okay? So until next time, yes, I will be back.